For my group of friends, I like to consider myself the ambassador for all things comic book and nerdy. So I thought for my friend Takeover, it'd be cool to just sit and talk and review about anything comic book or nerdy. Why not start with one of the most highly anticipated movies in comic book history, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Spoilers may follow. And the grand verdict for Batman vs. Superman is... meh. Pains for me to say that because Batman is my all-time favorite comic book hero and Superman is not second, but he follows shortly after that. And I figure if I'm going to talk about this movie, let's go ahead and start with the good things first. From a cinematography standpoint, it was visually spectacular. You know, the action sequences were some of the best that you will see. You know, we got decent writing, we got good editing, and graced with the presence of the great Hans Zimmer, who delivers just an awesome score and does what he does best. So good job, Mr. Zimmer. The acting. My God, the acting. You know, standouts for newcomers to the DC Extended Universe, Gal Gadot, Jesse Eisenberg, even Henry Cavill. You know, Henry Cavill got a lot of backlash from Man of Steel because a lot of people felt like his portrayal wasn't moving enough. But in this one, you know, you get the feel that you can love and sympathize for the Superman character. So whatever he didn't deliver in Man of Steel, he definitely brought it to Batman vs. Superman. And then there's Ben Affleck. In late 2014, the news broke that Ben Affleck would be casted as half of the titular characters in this movie. And I must admit, I was one of the biggest haters for this decision. Now I wish I can travel back in time and just sit myself down and say it's not gonna be that bad. If there's anything you ever wanted from Batman in a movie, a TV show, anything where you can see a live portrayal of the character, Ben Affleck does it. There's a lot of other good ones, you know, whether it be a Kevin Conroy who voices Batman and delivers that brooding, that broodness alive with the animation. Christian Bale's from the Dark Knight series from Mr. Christopher Nolan. But it is one of the best, and I will give him that. What's keeping me from saying that it is my favorite portrayal is where I lead into the bad for the film. Batman is portrayed more of a vicious, savage type character, you know? He's not afraid to bend the rules a little bit and go after his criminals and the people he's seeking out for justice with a harder grip. That being said, you know, this is where the spoilers made into. In the movie, he kills. The hell is all of that about? Basic comic book fan, if you've never picked up a comic book, read a graphic novel, and you've only seen the Dark Knight series from Christopher Nolan, because I know we all have, you know one thing's for sure about Bruce Wayne and Batman. They do not kill. Sure, he may cripple him, he may beat him to an inch of his life, but he never crosses that line. And in this one, he does it without hesitation. It shouldn't bother me because it kind of leads into the tone for the whole movie, but it does. This portrayal led to one of the biggest plot holes of the century, one of the biggest I've ever seen in any movie. Batman's whole thing throughout the movie, he's trying to seek out justice for the thousands of lives lost in the collateral damage for Man of Steel. He thinks that Superman can be out of control, and when left unchecked, he can just run rampage at the snap of his finger. That's his reasoning behind him going after the Man of Steel. Those thousands of lives lost, it wasn't all Superman's fault. So the fault isn't all his own. With Batman in this movie, the fault is all his own. How are you gonna try to say that you want to protect the lives of innocent people when you go out and viciously murder somebody? You know, there were sequences in the movie where I thought maybe when he did this, it wasn't exactly killing. Maybe it was, you know, kind of brutal, kind of savage. They're dead. There's no coming back from that. Zack Snyder, he just ruined the character of Batman for me. Ben Affleck with the character of Batman, he did the best that he can do. Not saying that it was one of the best, but he did his absolute finest of what they gave him. So my message to Zack Snyder is thank you for building up the hype for me to see my favorite comic book hero and letting me down. I am almost ashamed to go spend my money on you again for Justice League. With that being said, you know, this movie was supposed to be a lead-in for the rest of the DC Extended Universe, leading up to a collective Justice League movie, not one movie, but two. That being said, it wasn't too congested with the characters in the film, but it was on the part of Batman and Superman. You know, at times I felt like it was just jumpy, leading from Batman's origin story to Superman's and his little dilemma that he's going on, his inner conflict. It was that kind of back and forth that kind of made it seem like it was unlateral for the plot. All in all, it was a good movie. So I guess it's time to finally give my all-time rating. If I had to rate it on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd have to say a soft 6. And that hurts me. It really does, because 2016 is going to be a huge year for comic book and comic book movies. Not just movies, but TV shows and animated standalone movies. It's going to be huge, and this was one of the most highly anticipated movies of all time in comic book history. This is the first time Batman and Superman have ever shared the screen together, the silver screen together. So it was a big deal, and it had all this hype and all this momentum going forward, and it kind of just lost me, you know. But hopefully things shape up for the DC Extended Universe and we get something good forward from the Suicide Squad movie that's due in August. So once again, a big shout out to my boy Vinny for letting me come on this channel and let me do my thing and rant about comic book movies. You know, if you agree with what I say or disagree, you know, leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll be happy to go on there and either take your side or argue with you. It'll be fun. Also, give this video a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, give it a click and subscribe. Which way is it? I'm just gonna point up because I don't know where the subscribe button is. But click it wherever it is, and hopefully we'll see you later. The subscribe button's down. Oh, it's down?
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna use that.